I'm Chanana. Today I am going to share with you my top 3 secrets for radiant breast health holistically. So I want to start by just saying our bodies, they're all connected, right? So holistic breast care can actually help us in regulating our hormones, tonifying our uterus, awakening our sexual energy, and so much more. Our breasts are an essential part of our femininity, and in some cultures are called the gateway to orgasm. And let's just put it out there that size doesn't matter, whether you've got big breasts, small breasts. It's about loving, embracing, and working holistically to optimize the health of whatever size breasts you have. So my first tip is to minimize your bra use, if not eliminate it completely. So I have been much more actively avoiding bras, definitely all of 2024, but it's been a gradual progression leading up to that. What I'm wearing today is probably as close to a bra as I can comfortably get. You see it's kind of loose around here, gives a little bit of support, but optimum for me, and 99% of the time it's just bra free. And the reason that I avoid them physically is if you think about the shape of a bra and the composition of a breast, right? There's a lot of lymph flow that happens, energetic flow that happens inside our breasts. And if we have our, typical bra, the underwire is kind of blocking off the flow of things at the bottom. We've got a, rigid piece that comes across here, effectively cutting off our pathway for our lymph to get to the lymph drainage points in the armpit. Coming down across here. So it's creating this sort of cesspool of blocked energy, blocked information, just kind of in our breasts. And the more I don't wear bras, the more, like when I do wear one, because I'll wear one here and there, maybe, if I need a certain look, or, there's a certain look I'm going for a set amount of time. I noticed that by the end of whatever that is, my breasts are almost screaming, like, get me out of here, And so, I definitely do a lot of the whole like bra coming out from under the shirt thing, just because my breasts now crave more freedom, more movement to help avoid any type of stagnation of the lymph. So tip number 1 is reduce your bra usage. Like I say, this has kind of got a little bit of support here. There are also bras with without underwire, which is a step in the right direction, kind of like a bralette type thing. You want to avoid as much as possible really compressing type bras, like sports bras over long extended periods of time. Or just really compressing, push-up bras, or things that really, put our breasts almost in a little box or cage. So yes, if you have to wear bras for whatever reason, some people's breasts are so big it's physically uncomfortable to not wear a bra. So I get it, but just be more intentional, conscientious about your bra usage, and minimize and or eliminate wherever you can. Tip number 1. So tip number 2 is to begin to incorporate some type of breast massage into your daily, ideally, or weekly, or even monthly practice. You got to start somewhere, right? So breast massage is an ancient technique or set of techniques, set of traditions that we see in various places worldwide. Of course, it's pleasurable, but pleasure is not the main or sole purpose of breast massage. One of the biggest benefits of performing regular breast massage is healing, right? It helps improve the circulation of blood and lymph. It helps to improve hormonal balance and can even increase the size and perkiness of your breasts with consistent use, right? And it can also help to, bring pleasure to our breast tissue. Whereas a lot of the time, our breasts are treated as sort of just an obligatory stop on the way to sex, right? So if we are able to, focus more intentional effort into touching them and awakening them, basically, it does add pleasure to, intimacy. We see different forms, again, of breast massage. We've got the female deer exercise in Taoism, which has just shown, really amazing benefits to, the menstrual cycle and womb health. Again, this whole body sort of approach, right? They're definitely connected to our reproductive system. Like I say, the windows to orgasm, the gateways to orgasm. So, it's all connected. And so we want to just start looking at movement to clear and keep them at their optimum, right? So we could definitely talk for, at least an hour, if not a weekend, about breast massage alone, right? But I'm going to give you one exercise that you can start doing now. And just to sort of illustrate the power that's going to come from this, I want you to bear with me and do an exercise with me, okay? Hold up both your hands, and then we're going to shake one of them, either one, for 10 seconds. Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now hold it back up next to the other one and just tune in to any difference you feel as far as your fingers and hand. For most people, the hand that you shook is going to feel much lighter, much more open, much more free, like circulation is coming into it, right? So that's going to be the activity we do with our breasts as a sort of movement massage type practice. Like I say, this is one of many movements you can do, but we're going to just shake them. So that can be, depending on the size and shape and comfort levels, that can be shaking the whole breast in a supported way. It can be, shaking them both. It can be kind of shaking, around at different areas underneath, kind of coming in at different angles, right? And just kind of shaking all of those tissues up, clearing out the lymph, obviously doing this without a bra, and just, maybe just give it a minute or two per breast, whatever feels comfortable for you. And as you're doing it, make sure you're taking full, deep breaths in and out, because your breath is really one of the most powerful tools we have in helping move stagnant energy within our bodies, right? So you can, explore your breasts intuitively with, I recommend using a little bit of breast massage oil. It can be as simple as coconut oil. You can consider infusing herbs such as calendula, which helps move the lymph, rosehip oil, which helps to improve elasticity and firmness, or grapefruit to help with detox and cleansing of the lymph, while also boosting mood and creativity. So infusing any of those into your oils can add and contribute to the overall healing benefit and practice of breast massage. So tip number 3 today for holistic breast care is just to pay attention to the spiritual component and aspect of our breasts, right? If we think of our breasts, they are right in alignment with our heart, sharing that space. We think of things like breastfeeding, right? Where on a physical level, our breasts are literally these magical parts of our bodies that are able to communicate with the mouth and the saliva of our babies as they breastfeed. And cultivate the exact nutritional profile that that child needs. If it's sick, more healing antibodies are going to come to it. If it needs, you know, more fats, more whatever it is that's communicated between that baby and the breast, it comes. So on the physical level, we have that. And on the spiritual, it's just that ultimate outpouring of loving and nurturing another human being. It doesn't get any more deep and intimate than that, right? So, you know, they represent then on a spiritual level that nourishment of ourselves and the nourishment of others, and that just kind of outward energy of love, right? So some things you want to look at, think about are you pouring into your own cup, right? So how are you nurturing yourself? Are you nurturing yourself as well as maybe you're nurturing your children or your pets? Because sometimes we as women get into this pattern of giving and pouring and nurturing other people until we are depleted, and we're, you know, it's you know, essential to sort of start to draw attention to that and reverse it, right? So we want to begin to really prioritize self-care, prioritize nurturing ourselves, whether nurturing ourselves through food, through time, doing what brings us joy, right? Nurturing ourselves by, you know, maybe traveling, or, you know, spending time with people we love, or, you know, whatever it is, doing art, creating, right? We want to just start bringing that into our daily lives. So like we just talked about with breast massage, that's an amazing self-care practice that we can start to bring in, and that incorporates kind of both of them, because as you're doing that, you know, as you're massaging your breasts, you can also just be focusing on, you know, saying some affirmations or bringing some gratitude into your heart for yourself, for the strength that you have to go on, even when, you know, you feel like you can't go on anymore, or for, you know, all you've been through to bring you here today, right? So just kind of focusing in on those type of things, right? And then, you know, it's also important when we look at the spiritual aspect to begin to learn to listen to the voice of our breasts. So, I do a lot of work with the mind-body connection with our wombs, with our breasts, and time and time again, we see a connection between certain emotional or habitual patterns in our lives and the diseases that are manifested in our body. Like, for example, are you pouring and pouring, nurturing out onto other people, right? And not pouring back into yourself. You know, I had a recent experience where, you know, I through breast massage felt, you know, a sort of lump, like some stagnation in one of my breasts. And, you know, since I am a big proponent of understanding the deeper message that the body is sending, I, you know, intuitively felt it wasn't anything, you know, dangerous or anything like that. And my thoughts immediately went to this one particular relationship within my life that's really been draining me emotionally. And I've just been pouring into it and pouring into it and pouring into it to the point of exhaustion. And it ended up manifesting in my breasts. And once I kind of dealt with that, worked through what I could work through with that situation and that relationship, I was able to feel that lump just gradually disappear through more continued breast massage. And as I'm massaging my breasts, I'm, you know, very intentional about it. And it's a very spiritual practice. So, you know, so yeah. Tip number 3 is just acknowledge, appreciate the spiritual aspect of our breasts, learn to listen to their messages through meditation, through journaling, things like that. And really pour into your own cup, be nurturing yourself, self-love, self-care to the max. So if you want more content like this, please make sure that you like this video, you share it with friends, you subscribe to my channel, and talk to me in the comments below. I love hearing from you guys, what you love, what you don't love, what would you add to this list, And also make sure you check out my website, wombliteracy.com. I'll put a link below. See all of the beautiful things I'm doing with women's health, holistic healing, all of those great things.